Most traffic stops don't have to take longer than 5 minutes. License, registration, citation, done. But the average stop stretches to 15, 20, even 30 minutes because drivers make themselves visible targets. Here's the tactical reality. When you know how to become invisible during a traffic stop, officers complete their mission and let you go. No fishing expedition, no consent requests, no drug dogs, just mission completion and release. Through tactical analysis of over 200 traffic stops, I've identified the 6 invisibility tactics that keep stops short and clean. These are constitutional protections that force officers to stick to their legal mission. Rodriguez clock that starts running the second you're pulled over. Strategic silence that gives them zero investigative material. Recording rights that create accountability pressure. Plain view defense that eliminates search justification. Passenger power they don't expect. And scope discipline that locks them into the traffic violation only. Master these 6, and you become invisible to the fishing expedition. The stop ends fast. You drive away. Let's get tactical. Invisibility move number 1, the Rodriguez clock. Your constitutional time weapon, Rodriguez versus United States, 2015, changed traffic stop law forever. Officers cannot extend stops beyond mission without separate reasonable suspicion of additional criminal activity. Writing the ticket is the mission. When done, detention ends. Even 7 extra minutes is unconstitutional without new suspicion. You don't know time itself is evidence. You sit thinking officers have unlimited time. Keep talking. Keep waiting. Every second past mission without suspicion builds Fourth Amendment violation. Body cameras capture exact timeline with timestamps. Stop begins. Documents return 4 minutes. Drug question 6 minutes. K9 called 8 minutes. Dog arrives 28 minutes. Timeline proves unconstitutional extension. Officers slow everything deliberately. Casual questions, extra checks, waiting for drug units. All designed for consent or suspicion development. Your counter move. Pre-stage documents, sun visor before driving. Not glove box, not wallet, sun visor. License, registration, insurance clipped together, visible, accessible. Second officer approaches, hand everything through cracked window. No reaching compartments. No plain view created. Shrinks Rodriguez window. Faster you provide documents, faster he completes mission faster. Detention must end. Moment he returns documents or hand citation, immediately deploy. Officer, am I free to leave? Forcing constitutional decision. Either new reasonable suspicion articulated or you're free under Rodriguez. If yes, leave immediately. If detained, invoke instantly. Officer, I invoke Fifth Amendment right to remain silent and Sixth Amendment right to counsel. Will not answer without attorney. Do not consent to searches. Clock runs against him, not you. Every unjustified detention second suppresses evidence. Pre-stage sun visor. Ask, am I free to leave when mission ends? Invoke rights if detained. Say 3 times. Am I free to leave? Am I free to leave? Am I free to leave? That handles detention timeline. But those seemingly casual questions officers ask during first legal minutes. Most drivers talk themselves into trouble building suspicion through their own inconsistent words. Invisibility move number 2. Strategic silence. Your constitutional inconsistency shield. United States versus Callison, 8th Circuit, 2021. Inconsistent travel answers created suspicion. Driver said friend visit, mentioned work, changed timeline. Those inconsistencies justified stop extension and drug dog deployment. Officers ask casual questions to build suspicion through contradictions. Where going? Where from? How long out? Not seeking truth. Seeking story changes that create reasonable suspicion. Nervousness alone isn't suspicion. Nervousness plus contradictions equals suspicion. You think cooperation proves innocence. Think silence looks guilty. So, you talk. Explain. Provide details. Every answer creates inconsistency ammunition. Body cameras show the exact pattern. Officer asks destination. You answer. Origin. You answer. Duration. You answer. Alcohol consumption. Say no. He claims smell. You admit 1 beer earlier. Story just changed. Suspicion created. Extension justified. Officers train, watching for hesitation. Over-explanation. Defensive answers. Anything questionable for further investigation. Your counter move is 1 sentence repeated calmly. Officer, I respectfully decline to answer questions. Fifth Amendment exercise from question 1. Tactical scenario. Officer asks, why stopped? You respond, no, officer, could you tell me? Force's mission statement defining Rodriguez scope. Every question after gets one response. Officer, I respectfully decline to answer questions. Where from? Officer, I respectfully decline to answer questions. Been drinking. Officer, I respectfully decline to answer questions. Anything illegal car. Officer, I respectfully decline to answer questions. He pressures. Nothing hide, why not answer? Response unchanged. Officer, I respectfully decline to answer questions. Your advantage. No answers means no inconsistencies. No talk means no self-built suspicion. Silence is constitutional right, not guilt evidence. Courts repeatedly held invoking Fifth Amendment cannot create reasonable suspicion. One response every investigative question. Calm, polite, firm. Say 3 times. I respectfully decline to answer questions. I respectfully decline to answer questions. I respectfully decline to answer questions. Silence protects from verbal traps. Officers also observe visually during stops. Invisibility move number 3. Record everything. Dual documentation advantage. Every federal circuit affirms First Amendment right record police public duties. Garrica versus Begin, 2014. Recording protected speech. Riley versus California, 2014. Warrant needed search phone. Recording and device protected. Officers cannot confiscate, delete, or demand access without rights violation. Body cameras exist, but departments control them. Footage delayed or withheld. Your recording immediate cloud uploaded yours. Recording plus body cam creates dual accountability. Stop escalates, force used, rights violated. Your independent documentation proves what happened. Officers know department records. You announce recording, calculation changes. Everything captured your perspective immediately court accessible. Drivers who record and announce have shorter stops, fewer escalations. Officers stick mission with dual documentation. Officers handle recordings different ways. Ignore, claim interference, threaten confiscate. All unconstitutional unless physically interfering or creating safety hazard. Your protocol. Before officer window, activate phone. Dashboard mount or passenger records. Cloud auto upload so seizure doesn't destroy evidence. Officer approaches state. Officer, for everyone's safety, I'm recording this interaction. Framing matters. Mutual protection, not distrust. If questioned, I have First Amendment right record public officials performing duties, not interfering. If demanded stop. Officer, I respectfully decline. First Amendment right not interfering. If threatened seizure. Officer, Riley versus California requires warrant search phone. Do not consent any search or seizure. If seized, fourth and first violations. Everything from unlawful seizure suppressed. Recording documents Rodriguez timeline. Captures scope expansion. Proves invoked rights. Shows threats coercion. Dual proof control footage same day share attorney immediately not waiting weeks. Officers know violations have video evidence. Mount phone. Record before contact. Announce. For everyone's safety recording interaction. Never stop. Never consent seizure. Say 3 times. I'm recording this interaction. I'm recording this interaction. I'm recording this interaction. Recording creates documentation protection, but what officers visually observe during the stop itself can create instant probable cause regardless of what's said. That's where most drivers unknowingly expose themselves to searches through plain view. Thing 4 addresses that critical vulnerability. Invisibility. Move number 4. Plain view defense. Exposure elimination that prevents searches. Plain view doctrine. Officer lawful position sees incriminating evidence. Plain sight. Sees without warrant. Texas versus Brown. Contraband on seat plain view. Legal seizure. Every glove box opened exposes interior. Every console reach shows contents. Every passenger seat movement reveals what there. Anything looks contraband paraphernalia, weapons, open containers. Plain view gives probable cause. You don't think visibility. Open glove box, old lighter looks pipe. Reach under seat bag, partially open suspicious contents. Plain view. Probable cause. Search. Officers train watching movements. Position C vehicle when doors, compartments open. Looking furtive movements and compliance visible items. Glove box gold because registration lives there. Opens once exposes everything. Your move. Document pre-staging eliminates exposure. Before driving, place license, registration, insurance, sun visor. Clip together, visible, accessible. Pass cracked window without opening door. Reaching compartments, exposing interior. Scenario. Officer approaches. Window cracked 2 inches. Engine off. Keys dashboard visible. Hands 10 and 2 visible. Officer requests documents. State. Officer, my document sun visor. May I reach? Narrating movement. Verbal permission on camera. Reach slowly. Pass window gap. No glove box. No console. No plain view created. If ordered out, comply. Pennsylvania versus Mims allows safety. Before moving, announce. Officer, opening door slowly. Hands remain visible. Exit. Close door. Don't leave open interior view. If asked, open glove box or trunk. Officer, I do not consent searches. If claims, registration there. Officer, registration sun visor, already provided. If insists. Officer, I do not consent searches. If searches anyway, don't resist. State recording. Officer, I do not consent this search. Not resisting. Complying under authority. Want clear, I do not consent. Preserves Fourth Amendment challenge. Your advantage. Sun visor staging eliminates 90% plain view exposure. No compartments opened. No bags accessed. No suspicious item claim opportunities. Interior secured. License, registration, insurance, sun visor before driving. Hands 10-2. Window crack 2 inches. Announce before reaching. Officer, document sun visor. May I reach? No glove box. No console. No plain view. Say 3 times. Documents on sun visor, documents on sun visor, documents on sun visor. You've eliminated plain view exposure for the driver protecting the vehicle interior. But here's what catches most people completely off guard. If you have a passenger in your vehicle, that passenger possesses independent constitutional rights that can fundamentally transform the entire stop dynamics. Those passenger protections are Thing 5, and they're powerful. Invisibility. Move number 5. Passenger rights. Your hidden tactical superpower. Brendlin versus California, 2007. Passengers full Fourth Amendment standing during stops. Seized like driver. Same protections. United States versus Landros, 9th Circuit, 2019. Passengers don't provide ID without reasonable suspicion passenger committed crime. Officer demanded ID because standard procedure. 9th Circuit number. Demanding passenger ID without passenger-specific suspicion unlawfully extends stop under Rodriguez. Stop mission addresses driver violation. Driver license registration citation. Passenger identity no relation driver safe operation. Unless officer-specific facts passenger criminal activity demanding passenger ID extends stop beyond mission. Most passengers don't know. Think must provide if asked. Hand over. Officer runs. Stop extended checking warrants. Returns suspicion detain or search. Refusing and asking am I detained reasonable suspicion I committed crime forces officer articulate or back off. Passenger records while driver hands visible. Passenger verbally asserts rights driver stays silent. Passenger asks critical questions forcing officer justify expanding beyond driver violation. When passengers assert rights, officers refocus driver complete faster, extending without suspicion Fourth Amendment violation. Officers train, ask everyone ID routine standard. Compliance gives tools not entitled without suspicion. Your passenger move. Officer asks ID respond. Officer, am I being detained? Reasonable suspicion I've committed crime. If number. Respectfully decline provide identification. Not committed crime. United States versus Landros cannot require ID without reasonable suspicion. If insists. Not required identify without reasonable suspicion criminal activity. Respectfully decline if threatens arrest. Not stop an ID state requiring passenger identification. Arresting asserting constitutional rights unlawful. While happens passenger records. Phone out documenting. Officer can order driver out Mims. Order passenger out Maryland versus Wilson. Ordering out doesn't give search or ID demand right without suspicion. If ordered, comply. Exit slowly hands visible. Continue recording outside. Don't stop. Don't consent searches. Continue asserting. Officer, do not consent. Am I free to leave? If yes, walk away. If no, invoke fifth remain silent. Sixth right counsel, constitutional protection, no identification without suspicion, record, assert rights, verbally driver silent, force, justify, expanding beyond driver, say 3 times. Am I being detained? Am I being detained? Am I being detained? Passenger rights, protect from unlawful ID demands. Driver's documents staged, prevent plain view. Recording documents, everything. Silence prevents inconsistency traps. But there's one final officer tactic that undermines all of this if you don't counter it. Scope expansion, mission creep. The fishing expedition that extends stops illegally. Thing 6 shuts that down completely. Invisibility move number 6. Scope discipline, keeping mission narrow and stop short. Supreme Court clear, stops limited original violation unless officer develops independent reasonable suspicion. Rodriguez, mission-defined stop reason, speeding, broken light, failure signal. Expansion beyond mission requires new suspicion. Unrelated questions prolonging stop unconstitutional unless justified. Officers expand scope 3 ways. Unrelated questions, drugs, alcohol travel. Vehicle search requests, K9 unit delays. All designed get consent or develop probable cause. All illegal extending stop beyond traffic mission time. Officer gets documents, returns cruiser, runs license. Mission related, then sits. 5 minutes, 10, 15. Not writing ticket, waiting. K9 arrival, hoping nervousness, hoping consent to search for speed. Waiting unconstitutional under Rodriguez, extending beyond reasonable mission completion time. Body cameras capture timeline. Stop starts, documents collected. Officer returns cruiser 3 minutes. K9 called 5. Dog arrives 25. Ticket written 30. Entire delay, not mission related. Fishing expedition. Any search evidence based unlawful, prolonged stop suppressed. Officers trained, ask unrelated questions during ticket writing. Been drinking tonight. Not mission related broken taillight stop. Drugs or weapons car. Not mission related. Where from where going. Not mission related unless directly relating traffic violation. Answer, give investigative material. Refuse refusal can extend stop. Your move. Provide mission documents, license, registration, insurance. Unrelated questions get strategic silence. Officer, I respectfully decline answer questions. Search requests get consent refusal. Officer, I do not consent searches. Documents returned or citation handed. Deploy Rodriguez trigger. Officer, am I free to leave? Full integration scenario. Stopped speeding. Documents staged sun visor. Phone recording. Window cracked 2 inches. Officer approaches. State. Officer, for everyone's safety, recording this interaction. Requests license registration. My documents sun visor may I reach. Hand through window. Asks where going. Officer, I respectfully decline answer questions. Asks been drinking. Officer, I respectfully decline answer questions. Asks anything illegal car. Officer, I respectfully decline answer questions. Says nothing hide should let search. Officer, I do not consent searches. Walks cruiser. Wait. 5 minutes. 10. Returns. Hands citation. Immediately ask. Officer, am I free to leave? If yes, leave immediately. If detained. Officer, I invoke 5th Amendment. Right remains silent. 6th Amendment. Right counsel. Will not answer questions without attorney. Do not consent searches. Forces articulate new suspicion or release. If calls drug dog making wait repeat every few minutes. Officer, am I free to leave? Creating record you're recording. His body camera stop unlawfully extended. If dog arrives, alerts, they search anyway. Everything found potentially suppressible because prolonged detention violated Rodriguez. Your advantage. Scope discipline locks officer mission. Stopped traffic violation. All investigates without independent reasonable suspicion. Refusing unrelated questions. Refusing consent search. Asking free leave. When mission complete forces follow Constitution or violate on camera. Documents ready. Recording active. Window cracked. Silence unrelated questions. No consent searches. Second returns documents. Ask, am I free to leave? If detained, invoke 5th, 6th rights. Scope discipline. Say 3 times. Am I free to leave? Am I free to leave? Am I free to leave? Field rule that ties everything together. These 6 tactics are your complete constitutional armor system. Rodriguez clock limits time officers can legally hold you without reasonable suspicion. Strategic silence prevents inconsistencies from building that reasonable suspicion foundation. Recording creates dual accountability documentation they cannot escape or control. Plain view defense eliminates physical exposure opportunities that create probable cause. Passenger rights add independent constitutional protection layers they don't expect. Scope discipline keeps entire stop narrow, forcing mission completion without expansion. Officers can complete their lawful mission, write the ticket, and let you go. But they cannot fish for additional crimes beyond the traffic violation, cannot expand scope without constitutional justification, cannot prolong detention unlawfully, not without articulating specific reasonable suspicion of other criminal activity, and you're strategically not providing any basis for that suspicion to develop. 4 countermoves to memorize and deploy. Am I free to leave? Ends detention or forces justification. I invoke my right to remain silent. Stops all questioning. I want to speak with an attorney. Ends interrogation immediately. I do not consent to searches. Removes consent as their search justification. Say these 3 times right now. Practice